Welcome back to the Rhode Show. This morning in the Buzz, it is a huge day for us on the show because today starts it all over again, our annual search for the Star Casting Call. Did I say that right? Search for a Star Casting Call.
Yeah.
One lucky person is going to win a job with us. Are you sure do you think they'd want that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's for a whole year. This is great. They could be in line at Twin River right now. We don't know who it is, just like last year. Michaela was standing there and ended up being her. All the hopefuls who are auditioning today are there, and we're going to take a look at the online video submission too. We'll narrow the field down to the semifinalists who will then be called back. After that, we will pick the finalists who will then be given assignments every week and then given a shot to guest co-host for the day. After all that, in December, we will pick our winner. All right, now I've only been doing this show for about a year. I mean, I've filled in over the last couple, but Patrick, you've been doing it a little longer. Michelle, you've been along for the ride too. So what do you guys think makes a good co-host?
Well, I would say that I worked a little bit with Sean when I filled in at the time when I was still doing sports, and then I worked a lot with Ben, and then obviously the full year with Michaela. And the one thing that, you know, I would say is for a co-host, don't try too hard. Like, don't try and be too, like, out of your own comfort level. But at the same time, you got to take risks as well and don't sit on the fence. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right.
Well, your opinion, though.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say that they should not try to just replicate what the person before them has done.
Yeah.
You are not going to replace Michaela, so what you should do is come in and be yourself. And I think you got to be knowledgeable about the state. You got to be knowledgeable about what's going on in the country, current events, what's making news that day, the water cooler talk. And I think you're right. You got to be yourself. I think is probably the most important thing. Don't try and be somebody that you're not.
I think you have to be able to tell a good story too. I mean, you know, a lot of times, let's say, you know, we have something goes awry and we have to fill time for 3 minutes. You have to be able to take something from your life and be able to make it interesting and funny, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, like, you would think it's mundane, but you have to learn how to twist it around and make it entertaining.
Well, and I think if you'd asked Michaela at the beginning of her tenure here in January and February, we'd sit down in the 3-shot and we'd say, hey, Michaela, what's going on? And she would probably have a lot going on in her life, but would thought either maybe it's too boring for me to talk about, nobody would care, or I don't feel comfortable talking about it, or on and on it goes. But as time went along, she definitely got more comfortable in, you know, speaking her mind and saying what she did in her life and feeling comfortable sharing her life with the folks at home. The other part is reading the teleprompter. It's not normal. You know, and just because you and I and you, well, you don't have the teleprompter with it, but, you know, talking to a piece of glass like you do every day, you know, it's a different thing. You know, it's not normal, and it takes a while to get used to doing that.
Right, that's the thing. The reading, it's, you know, you got to get that whole sort of cadence and whatever down. But the one thing I will say, though, and it's kind of like this show, The X Factor. There has to be something about that person other than can you read, can you tell a good story. You have to feel like that human element. Like there wasn't anything really fake about any of the 3 people we've had, you know? I think Sean was a little more like game show hosty, but he also was a very real person, and he was very opinionated, which I liked about him a lot. Ben, just a crazy guy. I mean, there was no illusions about him at all. And Michaela, you could not find a sweeter girl. I mean, Michaela is what she is, here, there, everywhere. Don't you think?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Superstar, yeah. And those people will stand out, and I think, you know, you always look at that line of people and you think, oh, are we going to be able to replace the great person that just came before them? But I think these last 3 years with 3 different hosts have shown that there are great people out there, stars in the making, and it'll be really fun to see who ends up in the seat.
It is exciting.
Well, I think actually after 2 years, can't they reapply? So Sean, technically, if he wanted to, could reapply. I don't know if that's the case.
Is that true?
I'm not
Where
sure.
did you hear
maybe
that?
That's American Idol.
I don't know, but you know what? I think they've all been able to move on to really bigger and better things. So
it's exciting. I'm looking forward. As we said, we've made it clear that we're going to miss Michaela, but you know, it's not like she's going away to jail. I mean, we can still talk to her.
You never know, Patrick.
You know, I don't think so. Knowing Michaela, but we're looking forward to meeting the new person and the whole process. So, in any event, Courtney, what's the latest out there at Twin River? Is the line getting a little longer?
Oh my gosh, if you can believe it, I think we're at 75 right now, and it's not even 9 o'clock, right? It's about 8:30 or so. So the number is growing, but don't let it discourage you. Of course, like I said earlier, we're still accepting online video submissions till midnight tonight. So if you come here, run home, upload a video, you will be good. We are talking about what qualities our viewers want to see in our next Roadshow co-host. So we have a few comments on the live blog and on Facebook. Let me read a few from FoxProvidence.com. Tripp said he thinks they should be outgoing and upbeat because the co-host co-host needs to continue to be naturally fun, of course. And he said, I will say, some more blogging would be nice, too, in the future. I miss reading those. And I was telling him I'll pass that on. It'll be really cool to see an online diary from our next co-host. So let's take a look at the poll that we're asking all of you to vote in today. What do you think is the most important quality in a new Roadshow co-host? A, hardworking. B, outgoing and upbeat. C, a great knowledge of Rhode Island. Or D, web and social networking skills. And if they don't have them, I can teach them. I know all about it. Let's take a look at our Facebook page today. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Donna Stanley says personality and intelligence and a great sense of humor, and they're definitely going to need that sitting with Danielle and Patrick on the couch, I'll tell you that. And Kevin Oliver said the one thing that matters is the one thing the Sox didn't have, and that's chemistry. Gotta have chemistry, he said. So I'm sure we will find that today. I'm always hopeful every year that this happens, but we will see what you all say in our web poll at the end of the show, where Michaela will join me. But for now, we're going back into the kitchen, back at Roadshow headquarters. Danielle, what's happening now?